Okay, ladies, we're back. Oops, I nearly put them on the wrong hand. Oh, I did put it on the wrong hand. Silly woman, aren't I? I thought that felt weird. So I'm going to pop my gloves back on. These are my quilting gloves. For those who haven't seen these before, you can order these by messaging me. Send me a PM. Don't tell me on the live feed because I might miss the order and I can't write and demo at the same time. Hi, Gidget. How are you? Colleen, how you going? So we're going to fill up this, oops-a-daisy, nearly knocked it over. We're going to fill up this area a little bit more. Sorry, a bit of a wobble. All right, I can't zoom in because I'm not on my other camera and I can't zoom on this one. This is on my phone, so it's going to look all back to front. So doing this around here, you can see that I'm going to end up filling this in. I think I said I was going to do some paisleys, so let's do some paisleys. I remember that now. I'm just going to put the foot down and do a cut off just so it shortens my thread because it's way too long. Hi Pat, how you going? And I'm going to tighten up my glove because I can. All right, so paisleys. I've got a little bit of pink on there. I must have smudged it when I ironed too early. Just lifting my foot up a fraction, and I'm going to bury my thread, so you'll see it disappear. So it just disappears underneath there. We're getting used to see you working back. Yeah, I feel like I work like that a lot. So this is going to go, I'll get a piece of paper, hang on, and I'll just draw this one out because this one might be a little bit tricky for your head to get around. So hi Merle, how you going? All right, so I'll put it on my hand. Actually, what I'll do is I'll move this back and put it down here and move the camera right so I don't draw on my actual piece of fabric. So I've got to move it over here. I've just got to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to come up and do that one. It's like a teardrop. Then I'm going to come back and then I'm going to actually make it into a little bit of a flower like that. Then I'm going to come back up an echo and then do another one. Okay, so I'm going to keep going like that, and if I want to get over to the other side, don't mind my wobbles, my hands are a bit wobbly today. They've been wobbly, look at that, a bit wobbly lately. And I need to echo because I want to come back over here. So there we go. Okay, and we're going to keep going. All right, so that's how we're going to do this one. So we're just going to fill that up, but they're going to be fairly small. So I'm just going to adjust that camera again. My finger in the way. My light on. You can see everything. You guys can see what I'm doing. All good. All right, I think I've got it under control. Hopefully it's not too close and blurry. So to start with, we're going to come up, do a little teardrop, back around again, and then I'm going to come out and do like a little flower petals around it. And I'm going to echo and do another one. And depending on which way I make the little teardrop lean as to which direction I'm going in. Go backwards around this way and fill up that little area there because that would be really handy. I like to have it nicely quilted around there. Come back around, I might give that another echo and really fill in that area behind it. Just travel around the edge and start another one. I'm just going to stop because I'm getting caught underneath the thingy. No, it's clear at my end. Oh, good to hear. So it was just caught underneath the stand. Come back around here little jumps, and each time I want to do a point, like to have a nice point, I pause that fraction. Okay, we're going to come along here. I'm going to do an extra row just because I want to come out a little bit more. And I'm going to echo around here and do another one. Smaller, that one. Come back around the other side. Now I want to start facing the other way, so I need to come out a different angle. In with little flower petals. Come back in here, little paisley in there. Oops, a little pointy one. Follow that along there, and I'm going to come in a different direction. Going right around to the other side because I want to start in that little groove there. And then I'm going to come all the way around here and echo, come down into that little groove there and put one in there. And this one doesn't have to have a full paisley, it could be half, and come from the side and go inwards. And again, I'm not even going to put flower petals on that one on that side. I'm just going to do two on the other side, just to make it look like it's coming from behind, crossing over, the one next to it. Lots of tiny little paisleys. They're very cute. Okay, so it is basically repeat, repeat. And if you get yourself into a bit of a corner, don't stress, just echo or travel to get yourself out. Okay, and I've done a video on this one before, so this is one you might have already seen. I'm going to come back in a different direction. Starting to make a noise. I think that's the bobbin becoming empty. So for me to get to the other side of this, you can see I'm traveling all the way around. Bit of an echo. I'm going to put a little one in there, then travel along here. Another one there. Half of the paisley. Up that line again. Another one. Another one. And we're going to do or 2/3 of a paisley. I'm going to come in a different direction and create a paisley there. I'm going to echo back. I'm going to have the paisley pointing inwards by turning the paisley that way and giving it a bit of a flowery look. Now I'm going to travel back around on what I've already stitched and fill up that area, and I'm echoing just all the way in there. I haven't put a paisley in. Okay, I can see a bit of a gap over here, so I'm going to go and fix that in a second. So I'm going to echo over here, come back down to this point, and I'm just going to put a few stitches in there to fill that in. Hair there, I can see. Come off my jumper. Get out of there. I need tweezers, don't I? There we go. Alright, so we just keep going until we fill that whole area up. Now the other one I've shown you before, so whistle then, is the same sort of thing but with a swirl. People like to do the swirls. There is a knack to them to make sure that they don't look like waves. The swirls are pretty cool. So I'm going to show you those in a second. So I'm echoing there because I want to come over to the other side and fill in my flower there. Travel under there. Just do my little jump. Alright, so I filled up half of that so far. But, okay, sorry, it's clear. We're in. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Judy. Hi, Stella. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can. So that, I'm just going this way. So you can see that starting to look like a really nice little paisley area. The other one we can do, which I've done before with you guys, is the swirl. The swirl's pretty a lot of fun, or you can make it look like waves. So if I put the foot down, needle down, and bury that thread. So the waves are coming up into a point. Now I need to bring that back over, don't I, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Into a point in that swirl. You pause. Now doing a wave, I would keep going like that. So see how I've just made it look like it's one swirl after the other, and it looks more like a wave. So it's like a line. This is a really good one. Great for borders. Now if I need to stop at any time, I'm going to stop on that tiny little point on the inside there. And I'm going to lift up my quilt and just tuck it under, just so I've got a bit more room. Okay, so if I wanted to do anything, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to stop my needle right in that point. Then I know that I need to come back out. Around. Around, and I'm keeping them all very similar in size if I can. When I get to the last one, I'm just going to stop at the edge there. Now, I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing, because I like to be able to see, as I've said before. And I'm going to actually echo all the way back, and you'll see what I mean. I'm just going to bounce, pause, 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 and pause, and pause. Again, and there again, and there until I get to the end. Then I turn it back this way, and I'm going to do another row. Okay, that pattern is very effective. It is. Thank you. Yes. So, and then I'm going to do another one. Okay, so I need to travel up a little, and I'm going to go this way. So then I get on the inside of the one I did before. So I'm going up and out, and I'm going in the groove of the one on the previous line. Remember not to pause too long in one spot, because you'll end up with little knots everywhere. Take a bit of a jump there. That's a bit better. I think I've caught up now. So this is taking it the other way. And then when I get to the end, I stop when I get to that point. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to echo, okay? That's what I do when I'm on the phone and doodling on a piece of paper. Yeah, great. Yeah, well, these are the sort of things that, you know, that's that muscle memory thing. Getting them nice and smooth is more difficult. That takes practice. But if you can do the muscle memory with drawing, that's even better. Alright, so I've gone and echoed there. Now I'm up to the next row. I can now come along and do the other way. So I come up here. So Daisy, haven't got much room there. And up there. And I'm just going to do the whole row. So this will leave like a little triangular gap in between them, which is fine. I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me. As long as it's consistent. Sorry, I'm going to have to stop in the middle of a curve. I can feel it grabbing. And if you notice, before I start moving anything, I actually let it stitch a couple of times, 1 or 2 stitches in the same hole as it's stopped in. Okay, stop there, just turn it around. I'm going to come back the other way. So this will fill up that whole area. We just go one row at a time, row by row. I mean, you can even do a different pattern each row. It's entirely up to you. It just creates a little bit of a, I don't know what that was, a different look. Okay. So you can see I've got a little bit of a gap thing going here. So what I can do is I can come back in and actually just echo another, like up in the middle there. So I'll try that now while I've got the mojo going. Probably find that that'll be enough to take away that over puffiness in the middle there. I'm just going to cut off and have a quick squeeze. It did, so that took it away. All right, so that is just doing some swirls. What's muscle memory? Okay, Judy, muscle memory is when you do the same thing over and over again. So when you sign your name or write your name, you don't think about it, you just do it. So that's muscle memory, because you get taught when you're young to write letters, like numbers and letters and things like that. So it just becomes muscle memory. I'm so glad to hear your machine make the same noise as mine. Thought there was something wrong with it. No, it makes all sorts of bloody noises, Cheryl. You should hear it some days. Some days are worse than others. And it also depends on how much thread's in the bobbin. Sometimes it carries on like a 2-bob watch. So it's going to look quite pretty going up and down there. And I can do a bit of a shoot off. I can then come down this side here, and then I could put something like another lot of it in the center there. So that is doing very tiny paisleys, some nice swirls. One more swirl I'm going to show you, which I have shown people before, and this is a nice small area to do it in. Over here, foot down, probably help. Needle down, bury that thread. All right, so here I'm going to do one very similar to the paisley, but without the flower thing. So you go in the swirl, come back, then bounce off it again. I'm just going to fill up that little area and then come in and do another swirl. And then back and bounce off. I can see that area needs filling up. And then back again. And you could do 2 or 3 layers of echoing on it. You can even have them look like they're behind each other. By travelling along what's next to it, like I just did then, makes it look like I've gone behind it. So this one will do the same. Go up, travel along, go to the edge, travel there, and it looks like it's behind the next one. Do another swirl, let this one bounce off, and back again, and then another swirl. They can look really quite cool when you've got them going behind the one before it. So you just go along that a couple of stitches and then back around. When you want them to look like they're not behind, you've got to then bounce off. Okay, so bounce, 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 and then you can come up with another swirl. Bounce, and we're going to fill up that nasty little area there that looks like it's going to be annoying and look like it's gone behind that leaf. And then we're going to go out here and go around, bounce, fill up that area, travel back, and I'm going to echo there, look like it's going behind that and behind the leaf. And then I'm going to come back out here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And there's no right or wrong with how many times you go around. It doesn't make a difference. It's all individual. You might only do 1 or 2, you might do 3 or 4. Depends on how big you want these little doodads to be. So down here, I can see we've got a bit of an issue. Right down here. So I'm just going to do some half circles. Oh, there goes my thread. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I could hear it carrying on. I might have rescued it. I'm going to do some half circles here. I think I got past that. Yep, I did. Just going to... Oops, a daisy. Needle's in the wrong spot. Do a cut off. Grab that thread out of the way. And do some half circles just to fill up that area. And then come back around this one. Back around to the edge. And let's make one look like it's going off the page. A couple of arches. Travel along. Travel along. And then I can go up to halfway across. I can actually make like a little arched area, like something's right behind it. Okay, so you can really mix this one up. There's no right and wrong with this. The only thing you don't want to do is make those little bounces or rounded. You want them to be a point. If you round them off, they look a little bit weird, but pause, that bounce is a pause, and another one, and here I can go, all right, let's just make this one look like it's got something behind it, and we can do a little one here, travel up, all right, so I'll just cut that off. Okay, so your bobbin went slightly burlesque and it was 2 or 3 stitches from the end, and I kept going. Sure enough, the bobbin was nearly empty. Yeah, that's the normal reason why sometimes the bobbin will, you know, make that horrible noise. It's very hard to see because it's tone on tone, but yeah, that looks pretty cool. So I might take some photos and pop them up online. You can see it if I hold it on an angle. But yeah, that's a couple of different designs you can do. They look really good too in sky, because it looks almost like clouds or wind, you know, that swirling effect of wind. Yeah, so you can do that as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to keep packing some orders. I'll chat to you soon, and I might be on live at around about 6:30 in a good hour. So I will see you on then, and we will do something funky with this fabric. So this fabric here, I was sitting there, I was painting this yesterday. I did a bit of a demo and painted this, and it's all sort of, you know, all over the show. So I've got did lots of different stamping. So I'm going to add this to a project and show you how I'm going to use it, or some of it. And you'll see that at 6:30 tonight. Okay? See you then, ladies. Bye.